Hi, I'm Austin with Absorb Media, and in this video we're going to go over some gifts that are over $100, not too expensive, somewhere between 100 and 500 bucks, that are perfect gifts for the filmmaker in your life. Okay, there's no specific order on these things or specific type of items. These are just kind of like random items I thought I'd throw together that would be good ideas for people who have no idea what to buy somebody who's into video in their life. So first thing on our list is the Aperture Lantern, which is a light modifier, which is great for small setups if you just need to pop it up and go and just shoot a video in front of a camera like this. And that's exactly what's lighting me now. It gives you some even lighting and some even shadows, and it's just really simple to use altogether. But you need a Bowens mount for this light modifier to go on, and you would need to know that. Or you can just go ahead and buy that person a light too with this modifier, which on our list we have the SL60 by Godox, which is a really nice light. It's actually what's lighting me now. I've used this professionally on all kinds of sets, and it compares with the Aperture 120D, which I'm sure you're seeing people use online. The only downfall to this light is it has to be plug-in powered, which honestly has not been an issue for me because I'm always near an outlet and I carry an extension cord with me, so not a big deal for me. But the price difference is amazing. It's just a huge difference between the Aperture 120D. Highly recommend this light with this modifier. Another thing for the filmmaker, video creator in your life is CStands. Any kind of light stand is going to work, but a C-stand is durable. It's going to last you a lifetime, and they can be used for all kinds of things. And the ones I use are by Flashpoint. Not much to say about those. They're useful. Next up is a monitor, because most likely the video person in your life needs a monitor. And a monitor is just basically a small screen for them to see themselves or other people or things or animals. But we have the Andy Cine 4K, which works great, but there's a newer model out right now that has some extra features that if you're watching this for someone, you won't understand, but they will. And that is very cheap at $189. But the new version is called the Andy Cine A6. And that's the one we're going to recommend. Next is an audio item, because audio is very important, and especially for the YouTuber, filmmaker, video person in your life. The Rode Wireless Go is a great option for any kind of interview setup. I wouldn't recommend it for client work because it can be a little unpredictable, but for YouTube videos or anything of the sort where you're sitting in front of the camera talking or interviewing people, it is a great tool to have and very simple to use, and I've used it professionally, so I'm not going to completely rule it out, but it is a great option and a great tool. They also come in white, which I actually think looks better. Also, professional audio. Very important. More important than the camera. But if anybody you know is using XLR mics of any sort, a great option for recording is the Zoom H5. Looks like this. This is not the newest one on the market, but works great, and it's going to do what you need it to do and what someone else probably needs it to do if they don't have anything like that already. Highly recommend that. You can plug up to 2 mics in at a time, and there's also an attachment you can buy separately and plug in an extra 2 mics into it for a total up to 4 mics, which would be great for a 4-person interview. If you do that, most likely you're going to be doing 2, or even a podcast. You can also podcast. I actually use this to record my audio for my podcast, which I will link in the description too, called The Creative Talk. But overall, it's a great field recorder. Preamps are okay, and it's very portable. Stabilizers, next up on our list. You need something to put your camera on. If anybody's doing any kind of event work or weddings, I recommend a monopod. Monopods make it so easy to move and stand, to go from standing and not moving to still standing and moving. But what we use here is the Benro, I don't know the name of the actual legs, but it's the Benro monopod with the S6 head. It comes together as a kit. It's a great head, and the legs are very sturdy. I wouldn't recommend just leaving a camera on that, but no one's going to recommend to do that on a monopod. But it's a great monopod nonetheless. Use it probably I think every wedding I've filmed, I've used it. The next item is more camera support, but if you don't need a monopod and you're looking for more of a tripod, the S6 head comes with legs as well. You can buy that also as a kit. Great head. Benro is a great brand. I have tons of their tripods, use them all the time. A little more affordable than Manfrotto. Next item is a fun one. This I wouldn't recommend for professional work, but if anybody's doing video work or has a small business that they're trying to create content for, I always recommend this. The Osmo Pocket. This is actually the first version of it. The second version is basically this but better. The second version just came out, and I recommend that one over this one. If I was buying this now, I wouldn't buy the first one. I'd buy the second one. This thing's a great little 4K gimbal. Floats around. Ooh. I'm sorry. This thing is like really cool to me because it's so tiny. Looks better than a cell phone. So if you know anyone who has a small business, who has an Instagram account or anything, this thing takes great photos. It takes wide angle photos, landscape photos. It's a great travel vlog thing if you just want to do something like that. Just home video in general. This is my new home video camera. This is what I use. It's so fun to use and it's so simple. You can also plug it straight into your phone and put everything from this right to your phone. Also does 4K 60. And the last thing we're going to throw on this list is another light, but a big boy light. This is the Godox UL150. This is our main professional light that we use all the time because it's like the SL60, but it outputs a little bit more. Color's a little more accurate if you're going to be a little nitpicky about that, or the person you know is that you want to get this for. It is absolutely silent. It has no fans at all. It's really big because it's basically one gigantic heat sink. There's no fans built into it, so it just stays cool all the time. We used it for hours and it does stay cool, and it's silent because there's nothing to make a noise in it. But that's our new favorite light. We love it. And if you got a professional in your life that has the camera and has the gear, has the audio and all the little things, but does not have a good light, that's a great light, but it is a little pricey. But it's totally worth it. And lights, in my opinion, are more important than the camera. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see reviews or any more content on the gear that we mentioned, they will be coming. So subscribe if you want to see that. If not, then don't subscribe. Well, that's it for this one. It's me again that's gotta go stop the camera.